Are you working harder than ever to grow your law firm, but still feel like success is just out of reach? Many law firm owners believe the next million in revenue is the solution, but what if that's not the answer? Welcome to Breaking the £1 Million Myth, the podcast for law firm owners who want a high-profit, low-stress law firm. I'm Michelle Peters, former Magic Circle solicitor turned law firm growth strategist, sharing practical advice to help you grow a law firm that's not just successful on paper, but actually works for you. Let's dive in. Welcome to episode 5, the CEO shift that changes everything. If you've listened to episodes 1 to 4 of Breaking the £1 Million Myth, you already know that in our legal industry, there is a widely held and powerful misconception that I call the £1 Million Myth, and that this is limiting the level of success, fulfillment, and peace of mind that owners of small and boutique law firms are experiencing. And that this myth, and I say myth because it's simply a made-up belief based on old-fashioned thinking, can keep you stuck, feeling like a failure, focused on revenue instead of profit, and ultimately keep you working too hard for too little return. You already know that what you should really care about is profit. Not just profit on its own, but profit combined with freedom. Freedom to work with the clients you really want and to work the hours you choose. In previous episodes, we've discussed that in order to achieve those goals, you need to treat the growth and success of your law firm as a journey, not just a destination. As a law firm owner, you also need to regard your law firm as the vehicle that you will be in control of on that journey, which means you are the driver. And as the driver, you determine not just the ultimate destination and the route, but also the type of vehicle, the speed you're traveling at, condition of your vehicle, and so much more. A vehicle in good condition makes the journey easier, quicker, safer, and more predictable. A vehicle in poor condition, on the other hand, or the wrong vehicle, or doing silly things like driving with the handbrake on, can make any journey unpleasant, arduous, and even dangerous, where you risk the life or even livelihood of yourself and your passengers. So, if your law firm is the vehicle for this journey, you need to ensure that your vehicle is in tip-top condition and that you haven't got the brakes on. And don't forget about you, because you are the driver of this vehicle. You need to be in tip-top condition as well. Are you? I have no doubt that you're an excellent lawyer, but are you an excellent driver of your vehicle? An excellent leader for your firm? If you follow Formula One, then you'll know that winning the race isn't solely about having the fastest or best car. It's also about the skill and the tenacity of the driver. Great F1 drivers like Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, Ayrton Senna, they talk about the mindset that it takes to become a great driver, to be a champion. This isn't just about your physical strength and skills, it's about how you think, how you mentally and emotionally show up as the driver of that powerful vehicle. It's about how you prepare, how you think, and how you execute. It's about knowing when to take advantage of an opportunity and also knowing when an action might be too risky and not the best option. So, how you show up as the driver in your business journey is equally as important as the vehicle you're driving. And that's what we want to talk about today. Now, I want to ask you a really important question. This answer will reveal something that's critical to the success of your law firm. Are you acting like the driver in your vehicle, or are you a passenger? And when you're acting as the driver, what kind of mindset are you adopting? Let's start with driver versus passenger. Many law firm owners take the view that their results are largely dictated by what happens to them and to their law firm. They pay attention to the challenges in the legal market, the downturns in the economy, the recruitment shortage, the rising costs of running a law firm, and so on. All the time feeling like they're faced with an uphill battle to grow their law firm profitably, nervously waiting for the next problem or obstacle to present itself. These law firm owners are passengers in their law firm. They aren't in the driving seat. Some of them aren't even in the front passenger seat, they're in the back seat. Trying to influence where the vehicle is going and whether it's taking the best route is really, really difficult from the back seat. The most successful law firm owners I see, the ones who get the results they want, are those who are always in the driving seat, No matter what's going on around them in the outside world, they are directing the firm where they want it to go. When things get tough, they get tougher. When problems arise, they realize it's their job to solve those problems so that the business can move forward. This mindset shift between being a passenger and a driver is the first critical step you must take if you want to break free of the £1,000,000 myth and build a high-profit, low-stress law firm at any level of revenue. But there's more to it than just stepping into a driver role. You must realize that in business, the driver is known by another name, the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer. It's not a term we use much in law firms. We tend to think of managing partner and senior partner as the senior roles in a law firm. But both of those carry connotations of lawyers who are either still fee-earning or managing other partners. This is too limited in terms of a perspective on what the role of driver in your law firm should be doing, which is why I want you to embrace the term and title of CEO. A CEO is responsible for not just managing others in the business, but managing the business itself. That means ensuring a clear vision for the next 12 months, 3 to 5 years, and beyond. Setting the strategy to achieve that vision and ensuring that it's implemented. Leading the team, not just managing the team. Problem solving and dealing with crises when they occur, and they will. Taking calculated risks to maximize opportunities that come along, and building a great team around them to support doing all of that. The CEO role is a big one, and it's not one that can be done properly in a few hours a week around a full-time schedule of fee-earning work. If you really want to break the £1,000,000 myth and have higher levels of profit at any level of revenue, you'll need to devote time specifically to working on that. And like any new role you've ever had, it doesn't just require time. It's likely to require some training and skill and development of those skills. After all, we weren't born as CEOs. Just like we're not born lawyers. We learn and develop our legal skills and expertise through study, through training, through mentoring, and through being taught by others who already have the skills we want and need. And just as we're not born knowing how to write a shareholders agreement, we aren't born knowing the best strategies to increase profits in a law firm, or the best skills to convert an inquiry into a high-paying client. So the mindset shift here is to realize that being the CEO of your law firm means shifting the way you think about your role and shifting the way you think about how you should be spending your time. I know at this point you might be thinking, how am I going to have time to be the CEO? I can barely keep all the plates spinning as it is. And if this is you, I've got you. I don't think I've ever worked with a law firm owner who wasn't already swamped with to-do lists and demands from their clients and their team, and unsure about how they could ever have time to do more. But having a successful and profitable law firm isn't about doing more. It's about doing more of the right things and doing less of the wrong things. How you use your time is one of the key drivers of your ability to maximize profits in your law firm. We talked about this in episode 1, and then in episode 4, I went into more detail about what maximizing your time really means, especially why you must eliminate the common time traps that keep you stuck on the revenue roller coaster without getting nearer to your goal of having that high-profit, low-stress law firm. Eliminating time traps and doing things more efficiently will go a long way to help with this. I'll talk about some of the specific time traps to avoid in a future episode. Delegating is also key. And this is where the CEO mindset becomes so important. Now that you're the CEO of your law firm, you need to constantly ask yourself, should the CEO be doing this? Or an even better question is, if I hired someone else to be the CEO, would I pay them their CEO salary to do this task? If the answer's no, or even probably not, then you must delegate that task to someone else. Obviously, admin work, basic office management, other low-value tasks should be delegated. That much is clear. But what about other high-value tasks like fee earning? I bet there's a chance you winced when I said those words, thinking that it's far too difficult to delegate that. The reason this is so difficult to do in a law firm is that 99% of the time, the law firm owner is a practicing lawyer, good at what they do, and they often enjoy it too.
So you end up falling into the trap of doing it because you can, or because you like it. In a way, it's better to own a firm where you don't know how to make the product or provide the service that the business offers. Take Richard Branson, for example. He's the CEO of the Virgin Group, but he's never piloted the planes or produced the records. But in your case, you're likely to be a highly expert lawyer who probably became a lawyer because you liked advising clients about the law. So asking you to give it all up and become a full-time, non-practicing CEO may seem a step too far. However, even when it comes to fee earning, you could be doing less of it. And you could be doing more of the important strategy and less of the implementation work for clients. So the implementation can be delegated to your team and you just stay involved with the client at the strategic level. The other thing you need as a CEO, apart from time to devote to the role, is a dashboard showing you what's going on in your business. Just like the driver of a vehicle needs a dashboard to tell them how much fuel's in the tank, what temperature the engine's running at, how fast they're going, whether they've got the lights on, whether there's any problem with the brakes. Just like that, you need a dashboard to tell you what's happening in your law firm. In your law firm, this means knowing both how much profit you're generating each month now and how much you're likely to generate in future months. To understand how much profit you're generating now, each month, it's not enough to know your revenue figures. You must understand what your monthly overheads are, both the fixed monthly costs required to keep the business running, office, insurance, employees, software, so on, and also the monthly amount you need to invest to get the results you want in terms of growth. So I'm talking here about investment in marketing, training, external help, and so on. This information about how much profit you're generating each month, which is revenue less those overheads and investments you need to make, this is a lag indicator, meaning it tells you what's already happened. It's a past event. If you generated 100k in revenue last month and spent 70k in overheads and marketing, then the fact that you generated 30k in profits, or 30%, can't be changed. It's done already. It's not enough to have a dashboard of lag indicators for your vehicle. That would be like driving a car with a dashboard that's showing you how many miles you've travelled so far and what the fuel efficiency has been, but no information about whether you're running out of fuel or whether the engine is overheating. Your chances of arriving at the destination at all, let alone on time, are significantly reduced if you only had that limited information. So this is why you need to also have lead indicators on your dashboard, meaning information that helps you predict what's likely to happen in the immediate future. For example, knowing the number of inquiries you've received so far this month helps you estimate how many new client instructions you're likely to receive in the next few days or weeks or perhaps even months. If the number is too low, this gives you the opportunity to take action to increase your inquiry numbers now so you can course correct before you end this month or next month with too few inquiries and therefore too few instructions and therefore too little profit. If the number is too low, this gives you the opportunity to take action now to increase your inquiry numbers so that you can course correct before you end this month or next month with too few new instructions and therefore too little profit. Most firms have a dashboard that's only telling them how fast they're going, in other words, the monthly revenue, the speedo, without knowing the other key numbers or indicators that show the profit health of the firm. Your job as the driver and CEO of your law firm is to make sure you have a dashboard showing you the right information and, critically, make sure you look at it often, just like the Formula One drivers do. The dashboard tells them when they need to stop for fuel, or when they need to stop for repairs or tyre changes. It's what enables them to maximise the chances they will get to the finish line both safely and on time, which is what I want for you too. So, to recap what we've been talking about so far in this podcast, when you have a CEO mindset combined with the right dashboard of information about your firm and clarity about the results you want to achieve and a heat map to show you what needs fixing or tuning up, you'll make better decisions and achieve the success you're looking for. I'm going to share what that success could look like for you in the next episode by showing you real examples of law firm owners who've achieved greater profit, reduced working hours, and much, much more. Join me there. You've been listening to Breaking the £1 Million Myth. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a rating and review. And you can discover more proven strategies for profitable law firm growth at www.thebusinessinstructor.com. Hey, we've rolled the outro, but you're still here. If you're looking for something else to do, then here are my tips about what to do next. First, do whatever I recommended in that episode. Ideas don't change things, action changes things. Second, like and subscribe our podcast so I know you like it and I'm encouraged to make more episodes for you. And third, if you'd like to continue the conversation I started in this episode, leave a comment and I'll reply. And after all that, if you've done all of that already, take a break and do something fun. You deserve it.